So today's video, I'm going to show you how I turned this zero-turn lawnmower into a Christmas tree parade float. So this is the only piece that I had to weld up and fab. I attached the whole thing just using the roll bar and four bolt points. Two in the back right there that I'm drilling, and then two in the front that I used. There were already some holes in the mower frame that I used. All my wood is left over from an old fencing project and an old concrete project. So it's all warped and not straight, as you can see that board right there. They're all in pretty rough shape, but it didn't matter because it was all going to get covered. And, you know, it's not really going for build quality, just the final product there. So I had to kind of make a bottom frame for everything to rest on, and then I wanted to do a top frame because the top tree went into a hole that I had drilled, and then I put a pin in for safety. So that top platform had to be really sturdy, and I had to actually make a set of like a ladder to get up top, and then put the tree in and take the tree out, get all the lights hooked up and all that. So this is me making the basic frame and the top. I wish I would have gone a little bit more narrow on the bottom in retrospect, but you know, it's first time building a Christmas tree on a lawnmower, so have to give me a little grace there. And when I ran out of regular wood, as you'll see here in just a little bit, my neighbor had some bamboo, so I used that to finish up. Tried to keep the project as cheap as possible, probably had between $200 and $300 in it. The time was the biggest thing. It took a lot longer than I expected. It was probably between 50 and 60 hours of my time, but it was a fun project. I enjoyed it, and really enjoyed taking it through the parades. The first, time I took it on a local small parade just to check some things out, which was really handy. I did take it through the neighborhood first. That was the video you were seeing at the beginning. And I realized that I was going to die of carbon monoxide poisoning. Even though I had piped out the exhaust out the back, it still was just swirling around in there. So I had to make me a little trucker fan to pump me in some fresh air. And so I did. You'll see here in this next video time lapse that once I did all of this, I wrapped it in landscape fabric. And then after I put the branches on, I then cut the holes for visibility. The holes did get bigger. Started out very small, but the holes did get much bigger, so I could see out, because when it was dark, it was very difficult to see out. So this is the fairing strips that I used to attach all of the Christmas tree branches. Like I said, the main tree, I think it was a 10 or 12 footer. I think I cut it down to 10 feet. It went on top, but then all the branches were going on this stuff. And the biggest part of the time, it would take about 2 hours to cut the lights off of a pre-lit Christmas tree. I had several people donate trees to me that were just old and worn out, and then once I got the lights off, I had to cut them off, and then I had to put the eyelet in the vise, every one, cramp it down so it would be a much smaller hole where I could then run a screw through it to attach it to the frame. So very time consuming. And then there I did it just over and over and over and over again. And then in the front, after getting all that done, I did build a little platform to kind of hide the wheels where people wouldn't really know what it was underneath. This is building the frame and putting the sign on and putting the skirting on. Ran it through 2 parades. It was a great time. Got a lot of smiles. Everybody loved it. And then you can see the hatch there that I made to get in and out of it. Wrapped it up, made it look like a present, put on a bow later, put on 6 sets of LED lights, an inverter.
The Christmas tree is alive.
you enjoyed watching, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Can't you make it up the hill, boy?